Right, this part is really important to understand. You have to use these conversions. Now, in this problem, all right, problem number 4, especially part A here, they're trying to trick you. Okay, so do not be faked out by this. The units of degrees, arc minutes, and arc seconds are units of angles. Okay, when they talk about, how much does the moon move in 1 hour, in the moon move, what's the other one, in 1 hour, in 1 minute, and in 1 second, right? So that's really what we're about to do. All right, right. So part B is for 1 minute, and part C is for 1 second. Okay, so that's supposed to be a second. So don't get confused by, even though it says arc minutes and arc seconds, those are angles. Okay, these things that they're asking is how much does the moon move in a time of 1 hour? How much does the moon move in a time of 1 minute? In a time of 1 second? All right, so we have to do some calculations here. All right, now it says this. I'm going to do this slightly wrong, and you'll understand why I'm going to do it wrong in just a second. It says relative to the stars. All right, so you could use sidereal time. Remember, 1 sidereal day is I always got to look it up. It's 23 hours, 56 minutes, and so many seconds or something like that. That's what we're going to do. Rather, we'll just use a solar day. So we know that, of course, there are 360 degrees, all right, in a circle, and if we divide that by a solar day, which is 24 hours, okay, then we can figure out the number of degrees that the sky moves in 24 hours. Okay, so and the 360 divided by 24, it's really simple. All right, it's just 15 degrees. That's supposed to be a D. 15 degrees per hour. All right, so that's how the sky moves relative to the sun. Okay, so if you were to do it in sidereal time, this would not be 24 hours. It would be almost 24. It'd be 23 hours, 56 minutes, and so many seconds. Which, like I said, I always have to look up. So it would be a little bit more than 15 degrees per hour. Which isn't, it's not going to make that much of a difference. All right, so we're going to do this calculation. Keep in mind 1 degree. So you can write this as well this way: 15 degrees per hour. All right, so that means the same thing. All right. So the fact that if we know that it's in 1 hour, we can see, so this, I'm doing part A right now. So if I multiply this times 1 hour, right, the hours cancel, and so basically we're saying, how much does the moon, how much does the moon move in as far as degrees? Okay, so in 1 hour, the moon moves by 15 degrees. All right, so now you could continue this. You might remember in the last video I said we're going to do it in degrees. We're going to do the calculation in arc minutes and in arc seconds. Okay, so for part A, we're going to get 3 answers. All right, so I want, and there's a reason. Actually, let me clear this so that we can do this. Sorry. Don't save. All right, so we're moving along. So remember, the key thing here is that we're using 15 degrees, right? So now that's the answer for part A, right? That's definitely the answer for part A, or one of the answers for part A. The moon moves 15 degrees in 1 hour. All right, so it's moving 15 degrees. All right, but look, I'm going to change this from degrees to arc minutes, right? Because I know that in 1 degree, the reason I'm doing this is to show these conversions. In 1 degree, there are, of course, 60 of these things called arc minutes. All right, so again, this is not a minute, this is not a unit of time, it's an angle. Now notice the degrees cancel. This is a typical way that we do conversions. Once you know the conversion factor, that is 1 degree is 60 arc minutes, you can convert it into arc minutes, right? So then I multiply 15 times 60 and I get, 900 arc minutes, all right? So this is another answer to part A. So in 1 hour, the moon moves 100 arc minutes. All right, and guess what? We're going to do this again. All right, so if we know that the moon moves in 15 degrees or in 1 hour or 900 arc minutes, you can convert arc minutes. So 900 arc minutes to arc seconds. So I know that in 1 arc minute, there are 60 arc seconds. And it's good to do this. You should do this yourself and make sure that you do. So it turns out that it is 54,000 arc seconds. Okay, so that's another way of doing this. All right, so let's try to do this. I think the next one, part B, is it part B? Yeah, so in part B, it is for 1 minute, okay? So in 1 minute, so, how much does the moon move in 1 minute? 1 minute. All right, 1 minute. That's an M. Sorry. In 1 minute, okay, so now here's the thing. This is what we learned, of course, that the sky moves at 15 degrees per hour. Now, but I know how many minutes there are in an hour. I mean, you could do several conversions. Okay, we know that it's 15 degrees per hour. But see, this is minutes right here. This is minutes, so I've got to convert hours. So in 1 hour, right? So notice the reason I put the hours in the numerator here is because I have hours in the denominator here. So you always have to cancel the units. In 1 hour, of course, there are 60 minutes, right? So there's 60 minutes. All right, and so the hours cancel. And notice when you take the minutes will also cancel, and that'll just give us 15 divided by 60 degrees, right? And so 15 divided by 60 is 0.25. Is that right? Yeah, 0.25 degrees. All right, so now we can answer part B, right? So we know in 1 hour, in 1 minute, right? Remember, we're starting with 1 minute, right? This is the 1 minute that we're starting with. The moon moves 0.25 degrees. Now it'll make more sense to change that into arc minutes and also into arc seconds. All right. So so we take our 0.25 degrees. All right. I'll use this symbol as degrees for the heck of it. And I know that in 1 degree there are 60 arc minutes. Sorry, that's not coming out. Arc minutes. All right, and so the degrees cancel, and so I just multiply that, and I get 15 arc minutes. All right, so 15 arc minutes. All right, 15 arc minutes. which is perfect, right? And then now we can change the 15 arc minutes to arc seconds, right? So I have 15 arc minutes. Just remember, don't be fooled. An arc minute and an arc second are units they're angles. They're not units of time, so don't get those mixed up. All right, so in 1 arc minute, there's supposed to be an R there. There are 60 arc seconds. So, sometimes you just call it an arc sec. All right, so the arc minutes part cancels, and so 60 times 15 is 900. So it's 900 arc seconds. Arc, that's supposed to be an A, seconds. All right, so in 1 minute, the moon moves 900 arc seconds. It also moves 15 arc minutes, and it also equivalently moves 0.25 degrees. All right, so again, we're going to do this, and we're going to see how much the moon moves in 1 second. Okay, so this is part C. All right, so for part C, so we got 1 second. 1 second. All right, so now how many degrees, right? So we know that the Earth moves 15 degrees. 15 degrees. The sky moves 15 degrees. That's a degree per hour in 1 hour. But we don't want hours. We want seconds, right? So I know that in 1 hour. So I'm putting the hour in the numerator. I know that there are 60 minutes. All right, so there's the conversion factor. Notice the hours cancel. So if you have 15 divided by 60, that's degrees per minute. But then we got to go 1 step further. We know that in 1 minute, the time of 1 minute, there are 60 seconds. 60 seconds. So let's see, what does that turn out to be? So it would be 15 divided by 60 squared, which turns out to be a really small angle. So in 1 second, the sky, and of course the moon as well, moves 0.00417 degrees. All right, so try that. All right, so take 15 divided by 60 and then divided by 60 again. All right, and then let's see if we can finish this up. So we have that number, and then we simply so let's see. Let me write it in 0.00417 degrees, and we know that in 1 degree there are 60 arc minutes. All right, and of course the degrees part cancels, and that gives us, let's look real quick, 0.25 arc minutes. And so now I'm going to convert that, 0.25 arc minutes, and I know that in 1 arc minute, that's an A, there are 60 arc seconds. And so that is the arc minutes, of course, cancel. And so 0.25 times 60 gives me 15 arc seconds. 15 arc seconds. And so remember, that's a unit in 1 second. At a time of 1 second, the moon, or the whole sky really moves in this 15 arc seconds. Okay, just to let you know, the human eye, I know I already mentioned this, but like for example, 0.25 arc minutes, that's smaller than the human eye can detect without you know, binoculars or you know, even better with a telescope. But we can certainly see down to, even with a small telescope, you can see down to 15 arc seconds. That's actually very, very easy to do. All right, I'll see you in the next